Imagine sitting peacefully beside a river and suddenly getting shot in the face by a fish. Not splashed, not jumped on, actually shot. Because somewhere beneath the surface is an animal that has somehow mastered water physics without ever taking a physics lesson. Meet the Archerfish, nature's closest thing to a sniper. Now, most fish hunt underwater. Makes sense, they're fish. But the Archerfish looked at insects sitting safely on branches and apparently thought, give me 5 minutes. Instead of chasing its food, it fires a jet of water. Not a random splash, a perfectly aimed water bullet. And if it hits, the insect falls straight into the water where the fish has been waiting the entire time. It's basically room service, except the room is a tree. Now you might think, well, surely that's just luck. No, researchers have watched Archerfish hit insects from over 2 meters away. For a fish that's only about 20 centimeters long, that's like you accurately spitting a grape across a basketball court. Every single time. But here's where things become slightly ridiculous. The fish isn't even aiming at where the insect appears to be, because light bends when it passes between air and water. That means anything above the surface looks like it's in the wrong place. If you've ever tried grabbing something underwater and completely missed, you've experienced the exact same problem. Except the Archerfish doesn't miss. Its brain automatically compensates for the refraction, which means it somehow calculates where the insect actually is, instead of where it looks like it is. Scientists tested this too. They changed the angle, changed the height, changed the position of the target. The fish kept hitting it anyway. Which is slightly annoying, because most of us can't throw a paper ball into a bin from 2 meters away. No calculator, no measuring tape, just fish. So how does it fire the shot? Well, it presses its tongue against a groove in the roof of its mouth, creating what is basically a tiny biological water gun. But that's only half the trick. The clever part is what happens after the water leaves. The fish actually changes the speed of the water as it shoots. The water at the back catches up with the water at the front, forming one larger, heavier droplet right before impact. It's like throwing a snowball that builds itself in midair. And yes, scientists filmed this, because apparently someone got funding to watch fish spit. Now here's something even stranger. Young Archerfish aren't very good. They miss, a lot. But instead of giving up, they learn. In one study by Schuster and colleagues in 2006, researchers discovered that young Archerfish could improve simply by watching other fish shoot first. They were learning by observation, which means somewhere in the mangroves there are teenage fish having target practice, and occasionally embarrassing themselves in front of everyone else. Now imagine being an insect. You've evolved wings. You've escaped frogs, birds, spiders. Then one day, a fish shoots you out of a tree. That's gotta feel unfair. And just when you think the Archerfish couldn't get any more impressive, sometimes it doesn't even bother shooting. If the insect is close enough, the fish launches itself completely out of the water, snatches the insect, and drops straight back in again. Apparently, that seemed like the easier option. So what we've got here is a fish that understands optics, builds its own pressure washer, practices target shooting, adjusts for moving water, and occasionally decides gravity is optional. Which brings us back to the important point. Getting shot by a fish should not be a realistic concern. So the next time someone tells you fish have tiny brains, just remember, one of them learned physics, built a water gun, and became one of nature's most accurate marksmen, all without ever leaving the water.